Now we'll make the lid. You need another piece of real red cardstock, which measures 6 5/8 by 6 5/8. And I've already cut it, and I've already scored it. And you're going to score it 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. Then the next thing you're going to do, which I've already done, is take your scallop edge border punch, and you're going to punch scallops all around the outside. Now we'll fold on the score lines, and we're going to cut on the score line up to the 1.5 inch mark, and do the same thing here. And then we're going to do it again on the opposite side. And since we put the scallop border around it, we want the edges to line up when we put our lid together. So what we're going to do is on these end flaps, we're going to cut the scallops off. So we're just going to trim those and just go up to the score line, and then you'll have a flap like that. And we'll do that for all 4 sides. Last one. Okay. So now we've got our 4 flaps cut. Now we're going to apply sticky strip. And I always put it as close as I can to the fold line without going over it. And it makes a nice clean edge when you put your box or your lid together, whatever you're making. Okay. So you put sticky strip here, 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 and here. Just a small piece. Now we're going to decorate it before we assemble it. So I'm using the Holly Berry Designer Series paper, which I've used a lot this year. I just love it. And this square measures 3.5 by 3.5. And we're going to place that right in the center. And make sure it doesn't go over any of your score lines. And then I've cut 4 1-inch strips. These measure 1 inch by 3.5. And we're going to place these on each of the side panels. And just lining it up. We don't want to cover up the scallops, but we don't want to go over the score line either. Okay, the next thing we want to do is turn our lid over onto the back side, and we're going to take a ruler and we're going to line up corner to corner, and we're going to make a little mark, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We want to find the center of our lid. Next thing you're going to need is your paper piercer and your mat pack. And right where we found the center, we're going to poke a hole. And since our gift box, the ornament hangs inside there, this is where the hanger is going to come through. Get that mark. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble. Remove the red backing. And you can see by removing the scallops on our tabs here that we get a nice clean edge then on our corners. Then the scallops line up as well. Okay, let's see if it fits. And it does. So the next thing we're going to do is take our little Santa ornament that we made the other day and a 6-inch piece of silver elastic cord and feed it through our ornament. Put our ends together. And we're now going to feed this up through the center, through the hole we just made on the lid. And I just sort of eyeball it at this point and see how far down I want my ornament to hang. So I would say that's probably pretty good. And then I just tie a knot. And trim the edges. Now our ornament hangs. So we'll put this back in our box. And the next thing you need is a piece of real red striped 1.5" grosgrain ribbon, and this piece measures 20 inches long. Now we're going to pull our silver cord up and separate it, and we want to put our ribbon through it. Okay, now what I do to get the nice V shape on the edges of my ribbon, I fold the ribbon in half, and then on the fold side I make a cut at an angle. And we'll do the same for the other side. There you go. Now we'll make a tag. I've got a scrap piece of very vanilla cardstock and some real red classic ink. And the stamp we're going to be using is the To From Punch Pals. And we're going to punch it out with the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. Now we're going to take our scallop circle punch and punch out the scallop circle, and we're going to layer this. Just going to pop this up with a couple dimensionals. And take the paper piercer again. And we'll poke a little hole on one of these top scallops. And then we're going to feed, what does this measure? This is about a 6-inch piece of linen thread. And we'll tie this to our gift box. I'll turn that around to hide it. And there you go. Isn't it cute? So there's our gift box for our little ornaments. So if you have any questions, let me know.